Hello, Keller Williams Denton. This is Ann LaCuster, your broker. Happy December. Um, this is a broker chat that I hope will help you for a very long time. I'm going to share a slideshow with you here. Here we go. Um, I am going to share resources, places that I go to get information, charts, graphs that could help you make easy social media posts, help you make an easy, quick video, help you have interesting things out at an open house instead of just chocolate chip cookies. It is my belief that there has never been a time when your sphere, the people who know, like, and trust you as an agent, need you to be an expert, right? With all the fear and uncertainty and volatility happening in our economy, and particularly in our real estate market, they are looking to you to be an expert. They are looking to you for confidence and expertise. And so I just wanted to share with you, yes, some of this information is interesting, but most of all, I want you to know how to quickly get it. Where do I go to get a cool chart or graph to post, to talk about, to mail, to snail mail, to email, to Facebook post, to Instagram, whatever it is you're doing? Now's the time to up your communication and make sure that you're upping how many times they hear your expertise. So that's what we're going to talk about today, is a few resources that I really like. So first time, I want you to know the characteristics of an expert and stop and really think about them. Extensive knowledge. In my opinion, some people in our industry are particularly at risk because they've been doing this forever, and that's what they say to you. Don't worry about it, honey. I've been doing this for 25 years. Well, okay, but have you been doing it in the last 3 to 6 months? Because if you haven't been learning and keeping up with mortgage products and really making an effort to be an expert in the last 3 to 6 months, then what you are is out of date and out of touch. So make sure that your extensive knowledge is current knowledge, right? And then that you apply it, that you talk about it. Your experience. I love continuous growth. Some of you are more recently licensed and you think of experience as that 25 years of experience. But I'm telling you right now, the important part of being an expert is the continuous growth, the constant learning. The market is not a market that anyone has worked in before. That's not the truth. So the 25 years experience, frankly, is less valuable now than ever before. So make sure that your continuous growth and self-improvement is how you speak about experience. And then apply it. Are you applying it real world today? All right, here we go. A few resources for you. So I thought I'd start nice and easy. We pay those National Association of Realtors dues. We pay them every year. We're paying them right now. Many times we don't like it. We're not sure what we're getting for it. So I wanted to make sure to show you what you're getting. So you can go to any of these things: highlights and news, housing stats, state and metro area data. If you do commercial, you can go there. There is so much information. I'm going to show you a couple things that I think are particularly cool and unique. It might be good end of year, beginning of the year, things for you to blog about, video about. This compares US markets, price per square foot, to international markets, price per square foot. I think that a lot of people at the end of the year, over the holidays, making New Year's resolutions or wishes or whatever they call it, they're thinking about, right, Bermuda. They're thinking about going to see the Northern Lights in Finland. They're thinking about fun, interesting, exciting things. And we too often give that away to the Property Brothers or HGTV or whatever people are watching, instead of letting people come to us for the stuff that's fun and interesting. So I wanted to show you, this is available on NAR. And it is 2022, it's current information. And so I think it could be a fun way to talk. Also, until we make the change to Broker Bay, this is on NAR's website, showing kind of how the trend for showings is going. So if I were you, I would use this potentially when having a conversation with someone who's on the fence about listing. Should they not? How should they price it, right? If I look at showings being down 11%, what that tells me is the people that come to my home are going to be serious. I love that. That's awesome. And it also tells me not to reach too much in my price, right? I need to price it reasonably. I love both of those messages, so that might be how I use this. All right, wanted to just point out to you that NAR has a podcast. Right now, it's a 2022 holiday real estate market update. Love it. And then NAR has all of these different kinds of blogs: culture, economics, styled, YPN, for home buyers, for seniors, right? So if you are a blogger or a video blogger, or you tell a lot of Instagram stories to keep your database engaged with you, this could, if you feel stuck, this is a great place to go for ideas. And then I thought this was interesting. Don't underestimate their news, right? I have not personally, and maybe I just overlooked it, heard this particular bit of news anywhere else, and it really matters. So that's fun. It's fun to be the expert. So HUD has now decided that it will be possible for people who need flood insurance, right? They live in an area where need flood insurance in order to get an FHA or VA loan, that now they can get private market flood insurance. So that should lower the cost of that flood insurance. Just a little tiny detail, but one that could matter and one that could help you sound like an expert. All right, let's talk about Realtor.com. Realtors don't own this anymore. This is a privately held entity, but goodness, they have great news, great charts. So if you look on the far left, news, you could even do some celebrity real estate posts, housing trends, real estate news. In the middle are insights, on the right are guides, lots of great things for you to use as inspiration and information. Here's a couple of my favorites. This is just the news. All of this is bad news. I probably wouldn't use it, but look how pretty it is. The pictures are great. You can always grab it if you need it. Then I like this kind of report that just gives me the data. So this is through October 22 and 2022, and it is giving us national rental information, right? Showing that rents in the Sun Belt slowed. That doesn't mean they went down. It means the rise in rents slowed. So this makes you sound valid instead of, well, I feel like rents are, not going up as much. It's far better if you say, well, right now they're showing year over year, October to October, that rents went up 1.8%. Okay, that's better than, I just feel like rents are doing this. Okay. And then this is really just cool information. I think if you're out there, if you listen to podcasts, true crime, all that kind of stuff that a lot of us do, I like the Realtor.com podcast sometimes too. This one is great. This is with the Matterport chairman and just talking about all the things they are doing in the world of virtual reality, all the things that are going to come to our real estate world. It's very interesting. I think it would be interesting conversation, right? You're going to Christmas parties, you're socializing at church. How's the real estate market? Well, the real estate market is pretty interesting right now. We've never been through a market quite like this. I did just listen to a really cool podcast all about virtual reality and how virtual reality and augmented reality are coming to real estate. Well, that's way better than saying, well, actually, the real estate market is frozen. Thanks. Not much going on. Right? So stay current, stay interesting. Don't let them turn to Property Brothers. You have all the correct info. And then there's a whole page called Resources for Real Estate Professionals. It's a content hub. If you're stuck on what to talk about, I don't know how to call my database. I can't imagine what I would say. Well, maybe some of this would give you an idea to call and say, hey, do you know anyone who might need to list or might need to sell or owns rental properties? And pick one fact that you're going to share that makes you sound like a real expert. And then Keeping Current Matters. I love Keeping Current Matters, and I don't pay for it. So yes, you can pay for it, and they send regular gorgeous things. It's wonderful, but you don't have to pay for it to get gorgeous things. Their blog is free. You can sign up for it, and they'll send it straight to you, and it is wonderful. I love all three of these most recent blogs. I think it's interesting information. Why won't there be a flood of foreclosures? How could I use my home equity? These are things I think that are good. I also wanted to show you the two that I would most recently have posted. So on Veterans Day, a lot of you on your social media had, the kids saluting the flag or whatever, Happy Veterans Day. That's all great. I think it's even more powerful if what you post has to do with real estate, right? Post a beautiful post like this about VA loans and helping our heroes. And then on the right, this information comes from NAR. They're using the NAR information and just making an absolutely gorgeous little post for you that you can use. Buyers are hesitant, so what a wonderful time to remind them of how awesome it is to own your own home. All right, CoreLogic. CoreLogic is full of data. So Keeping Current Matters has a lot of data, but also has a lot of feelings. And CoreLogic is data, 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 data. They have reports on the left and blogs on the right. They are constantly posting information. So this was from November 23rd. I think it's interesting. Why is the U.S. not experiencing the price decline seen in other countries? So other countries are seeing their housing prices go down much more. We're not seeing it at that level. The real reason is a 30-year mortgage, but you would be smarter and have more interesting conversation if you read this article, if you posted this article, if you made a copy of the front page of the article and had it between the master bedroom sinks at an open house instead of chocolate chip cookies, right? Give information and have interesting real estate conversations. CoreLogic. And this is Adam Data. Adam Data is famous for kind of their foreclosure information, and they do have that. They also do a lot of other cool trends and blogs that they post. I personally, if I were still in the market for selling, buying and selling, which I don't do anymore, but if I did, I would have gone and stood in front of an Aldi or a Trader Joe's and talked a little bit about this cool report that they did on how the different grocery stores, what they tell you about the different locations. Just fun and interesting. Again, why do you think fun and interesting has to be on HGTV instead of from you, right? You can also be fun and interesting. Adam Data, ATTOM, adamdata.com. And then here's other things I think are great from Adam Data. Opportunity zones, if you'll remember, those were a part of a tax package maybe 3 years ago when they redid income tax. These are zones where you can avoid capital gains tax if you invest in them. And so you might have some investors or people that are interested in opportunity zones. Interesting to know that foreclosure activity did go up in October nationwide. It did. It would break my heart if anyone you knew went through foreclosure. They should have equity and be able to get out, right? They should turn to you for help. And then let's talk about Netris. We all pay for Netris, and I don't think we understand what all Netris can tell us. So let's just take a quick look at that. Resources before you log in. Okay, this is before you log in. Resources statistics, right? Do you see that? Resources statistics. The first thing you'll see when you go there is called monthly market indicators. And this is what that looks like. Just quick facts. And they have a chart for every one of these things that's on the right. Housing affordability, median sales price, days on the market until sale. They have a chart for every one of those. You could do nothing but this and have interesting blogs and videos, interesting stats out at your open houses just from this one monthly market indicators. If you do not click on monthly market indicators and you keep scrolling, then this local market updates is next. Same, just go down, local market updates. And it's by month. This is for October 2022. Great one pager. If you have 10 people in your pipeline that you're having trouble getting off the fence and into the market, if they're Facebook leads and you just can't get them to engage, maybe somehow you need to text or email or snail mail just a one pager like this to them to keep them on top of the market, right? That's what we're doing. So you can see that the median sales price is still going up, 13.9% up from 1 year ago. Woo! That's a lot. So whatever the market feels like, this is the data. All right. If you don't click on either of those two things and you scroll on down, then you get to Economic and Market Watch Report, and that's by quarter. So third quarter 2022, here's Collin County, and they have it for every county in the state of Texas, every county. So you can get a one-pager Collin County. On the right, I want to show you, you can get every zip code. Same thing for Denton County, right? Denton County, every zip code is listed. So if you're going out on a listing appointment or meeting a buyer, you might just stop and have a real conversation about median sales prices are still up, but the percent of original price received is down. People are still pricing their homes high, right? And then which zip codes are doing the best? You can literally tell people, well, this zip code is doing a little better than your zip code. They have lower days on the market, right? Great information. All right, if you don't do any of that and you scroll down to the very last item, that's a choice you can make under statistics, it gets to the Texas A&M monthly MLS summary report. And this is every piece of data you could ever want. They have it by city, they have it by county, they have it by area. They have all of these different property types. So if you're doing land, if you're doing a commercial lease, if you're doing a townhouse or a condo, all different kinds of information, right? It's everything. It'll blow your mind what all's there. So if you just want to look something up that is particularly relevant to something, particularly if you're having a hard time finding comps or whatever, that can be a fact. So come here and look. All right, one more thing before we leave Netris. So after you log in, so all the rest was before you log in. This is after you log in. You're not going to go to Matrix. You're not going to go to tax. You're going to go to trends. And let me show you what trends will do for you. So trends, I want to start by showing you that you can do the entire MLS. You can do a county. You can do a city. You can do a zip code. So very detailed information available. You can look across the bottom now. You can do a sales price. Median is what I always do. Half above, half below. Average can get thrown off by one really high sale or one really low sale. So I like median. Original list price, price per square foot, days on market. Look at the bottom right. Shows to pending. That is a great trend line to show people, right? Right now we're averaging about 10 showings to go under contract and be pending. Most people, when you tell them, well, you'd need to have 10 showings to reach pending if you price it right. That doesn't sound bad. I can do that. That sounds great. And then you can also check and see how you're doing. This is showings per listing. Did your listing get the showings that it needs? And then on the bottom left, just take note, homes for sale versus new listings. So new listings tells you who just came on the market, but homes for sale will tell you all about the inventory. So these are great things. I have some of those acrylic clear, cheap from Michael's or Hobby Lobby frames. You can print something like this, put it in it, and have it out at open houses and create real estate conversation instead of conversation about the weather, right? All right. A few more things for you to know. So Keller Williams Luxury, if you're interested in increasing your price point or having an open house in a luxury area or anything, I didn't even click into luxury. This is the first page of Keller Williams Luxury. 58,433 properties sold over $1 million in 2021 by Keller Williams. They sell globally, which is very much a part of luxury, right? So I thought some of this could be, if you're interested in increasing your price point, we have information for you. And then the global stuff. We're out there selling in 50 regions and counting. You can tell where. So as people are making their dream list, right? Gosh, I wish I owned a home in Italy. Well, you could go to NAR and get the Rome prices, and you could come here and find some pictures of offices we have in Florence. And what an interesting conversation that is then, again, for a blog, an Instagram, a reel, whatever it is you're doing where you have the chance to tell a quick 3 to 4 minute story. Don't give away being fun and interesting to HGTV and stuff. Let us be fun and interesting. This is kwworldwide.com. All right, and then I thought I'd show you this one last kind of website blog that I go to. This is not stuff you would share with your clients. This is just stuff you might do to be smart, right? So Mike Del Prete, that's his name, and it's MikeDP.com. His blog is one of my favorites just for information, MikeDP.com. He is a professor at the University of Boulder in Colorado who has dedicated the last 5 years to understanding real estate brokerage and iBuyers. So he studied Open Door, he studies Coldwell Banker, Compass, Remax, he studies them all, and his information is really interesting. Again, this isn't making your blogs more interesting or fun, but it might make you a little bit smarter about our industry. All right. There you go. I hope all of this will really help you and that you will remember that your clients are counting on you to be their expert and to guide them through, to have lots of interesting information to share. The days of, well, they know I'm a realtor, they'll call when they're ready. I really worry that those days are over and that they have too many choices. They have offers to buy their home arriving in their mailbox every day. So we need to be current and fun and interesting so that they will want to be in our club. They do want to be your client. They do want to be in your sphere. They do want to receive the information that you're putting out because it is interesting, it is important, and you're on top of your game. All right, I hope this helps. Thanks.
All right, everyone. So obviously that was a recording from Anne. She is traveling today. So if you had any specific questions that I need to direct to her on your behalf, please just write those in the chat. That way I can direct them to her. As for her slide deck, she did not provide that for me yet. So I know a couple of you had already asked for the slide deck. I will make sure to touch base with her and post that in our Facebook group later today. So if you guys don't have any questions for me that I need to direct to Anne, thank you for attending today. And we hope to see you guys on Wednesday for our home tour and partner meeting and broker bay training. So thank you, everyone. Have a good rest of your week.